So guys, we got a ton of brand new MM2 Christmas information, hints, and leaks from Dylan and Joven from JD. JD just made a brand new video saying I played the Christmas update early in Murder Mystery 2, and this video was jam-packed with MM2 Christmas information. In this video, they did a lot of trolling, specifically towards me, which was kind of sad, but to make up for it, they gave us some brand new hints for the update and even joined the testing server to get some leaks early. For those that don't know, JD actually works for Murder Mystery 2, so they're some of the only Murder Mystery 2 YouTubers that are able to get some secret information for us. So in today's video, I sort of want to talk about that as well as decoding the hint that JD gave us, because admittedly the hints were very confusing and were very hard to think about a clear answer, so I might have came to a conclusion of what JD meant by these extremely vague hints. Now this all started because I was doing a live stream the other day. I guess JD saw I was streaming and decided to do a little bit of trolling. They said that they were gonna go live that day in my stream chat, which I got a little bit excited because, for those who don't know, JD usually only goes live as soon as an update's about to come out. So when I heard he was about to go live, I started freaking out saying the update was coming, but that was a troll, unfortunately. But it was fine because not only did JD donate $100, he also gave some brand new hints in the video for me to decode. Some of these hints were not 100% true though, like Joven gave some hints like Cole and Grinch, but those hints were confirmed to be a troll if you watch later in the video.
Joven also dropped a couple. I don't even know what his are about, to be honest. I don't even. Joven, were they real?
Yeah, they're real. No, mine weren't.
Okay, never mind. Joven was showing.
They did confirm that Joven's hints were just trolls, but Dylan did give a hint that was 100% real. So why don't I show up the clip of JD talking about the hint on screen?
My leak is marinara.
Marinara? The sauce?
Marinara.
What the fuck could that even be?
So yeah, I kind of have to agree with Joven here. What does Dylan mean by marinara? This made absolutely no sense. What does marinara have to do with MM2 Christmas at all? I'll tell you right now, I don't think there is going to be a marinara godly in this update, so I do not think that's what JD is hinting at here. It's a very vague hint, so it's very hard to figure out what Dylan was talking about, but thankfully there was a lot of people that watched JD's video and started doing some decoding of what this hint could mean. I saw a lot of people talking about it over on Discord and on Twitter, so I do gotta give a shout out to everyone trying to decode these hints because it was hard for me to figure it out, but I think we were all able to come up to a couple very good ideas of what JD meant by these hints. Some people thought Dylan was even trolling with this hint and marinara means nothing, it was just a clickbait, but JD has given some real hints before. Like for example, the 7-letter word was confirmed to be a real hint for the vampire update. The 7-letter word was vampire, for those who don't know. And JD even gave us some hint for the Christmas update around a month ago, like with the letter A and the word vegetable, which I did try to decode in an earlier video for those who didn't see that. But yeah, this is a very vague hint and it's impossible for me to find an exact answer of what this means just because of how vague it is, but I do have a couple ideas of what JD meant. Of course, not all of these will be real, only one of these has a chance to be real, since out of all the ideas that people had, 3 of them stuck out to me the most of what JD meant. So why don't I talk about the first one? This one, I don't know if it's super likely, but I will talk about the ones I do actually expect later in this video. And the first one is how marinara might mean that we could be getting like a baking themed update, like baking cookies in the update. At first, you might be a little bit confused of how we came to that conclusion of how marinara means a baking themed update. It's a little bit of a stretch, I'm gonna be honest, but you sort of have to do stretches when the code word is marinara. But hear me out here. You mostly use marinara sauce on spaghetti and pasta, right? Which pasta is made from dough, and dough can be used to bake cookies, which is one of the most important foods for Christmas, because that is the food that Santa Claus eats on Christmas. So people are thinking, what if this hint means that we are going to be getting a baking themed update where we have to bake a lot of cookies for Saint Nick, and maybe Saint Nicholas will give us some brand new weapons or some brand new prizes if you bake him enough cookies. I don't know how exactly would bake cookies in the Christmas update. Maybe you can find stuff like dough and cookies in the shop for snow tokens, and then if we give them to Saint Nicholas, he might give us prizes for it. That could be a little bit interesting. Again, it's a big stretch, and out of the 3 hints I have, this is probably the least likely, but hey, it's something worth considering, you know? Now, the next idea people had, I like this idea a little bit more because there's a little bit more information and merit of why this theory might actually be true, and how the marinara hint might actually be a hint for Christmas crafting. I know, all of these theories are a little bit crazy, but obviously marinara has nothing to do with the update, so we sort of have to think outside of the box for this one. But people started to think about the ingredients of how to make marinara sauce. And there are a lot of ingredients. You need tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, salt, basil, red pepper flakes, or a dried red chili. Like, there's a lot of ingredients to making marinara sauce. You can kind of even say there is a lot of recipes to craft a marinara sauce. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it would make no sense for this hint specifically to mean Christmas crafting, but one of the bigger reasons why people think that this might hint to Christmas crafting is because we recently got a crafting update hint around a month ago. For those who don't remember, a new crafting UI got found inside of Murder Mystery 2 that is not actually seen inside of the game. Like, you have to use hacks to find this UI inside of MM2, and Jydn actually knows about these leaks. Jydn made a whole video talking about this leak, and I'm pretty sure the original title of their video was Christmas crafting leak in MM2. I think they ended up changing it to like normal crafting, but they had their own idea that this might mean Christmas crafting. And seeing how a lot of people think that we might be seeing Christmas crafting return in Murder Mystery 2, some people think that this marinara hint might be another hint for Christmas crafting coming back, just because there's a lot of ingredients to marinara sauce. There's a lot of knife ingredients for like ancient knives and crafting. Like, for example, like the ginger Luger crafting recipe, you needed like a gold bar as well as a ginger blade. Again, I don't know if this hint is real. It's impossible to know exactly if we are correct on the hint or not. We probably will not know until the update comes out, when Jydn does eventually tell us what these hints mean. But guys, there is one more hint that people thought of, and this is my personal favorite one, and the one I am hoping the most on if it is real or not, because if this hint was real, everyone would probably freak out. And the theory we have is maybe the marinara hint could be a hint to the original MM2 Italy map coming back. Now, for those who don't know, back in the classic days of Murder Mystery, we saw a map called Italy. This map is so old, it wasn't even in the game when I started playing in 2016. That is how old it was. I'm pretty sure this map was even in the game back when it was just Murder Mystery 1. That is how old this map was, but it was probably one of the most fan favorite maps inside of Murder Mystery 1, and is one of the few maps that people would actually like to see return. Now, why do people think this might be a hint for Italy returning for Murder Mystery 2? Now, there's a couple reasons behind it. For one, a marinara is an Italian sauce. It was made from Italy, so possibly this hint could instead mean where marinara exactly came from. But not only that, but in Murder Mystery 2 events, Nicholas likes to do a thing of bringing back old maps for events for a limited time. Like, for example, maps like Mineshaft and Barn specifically. A lot of people know these maps as Halloween maps, but these were actually original maps from the old days of Murder Mystery. And specifically, Barn was one of the very first maps inside of MM2 and got removed back in like 2016. So a lot of OG MM2 players were extremely hyped to see maps like Barn and Mineshaft return, because these were OG MM2 maps, just like the Italy map. And what makes this theory even more likely is because just last night, MM2 community helper Songbreeze made this tweet saying, "It's a me," which is a common Italian catchphrase. So I think Songbreeze might also be hinting at the MM2 Italy map finally returning to the game. Or, you know, maybe Breeze just really likes Super Mario. I'm not so sure, but
It's a me, a Mario.
now, I really hope this is true. I feel like a lot of OG MM2 players would be so hyped to see the Italy map finally return. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I say most of you guys probably didn't even know there was an Italy map in MM2, like maybe like 90% of you guys might have not even known. But, and if this was the hint, this would be extremely hyped, so this would just be such old MM2 trivia finally returning to the game. But yeah, guys, please let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think the marinara hint means? Do you guys think that I was completely wrong, and do you guys have a completely different theory? I'd like to know. There's a good chance maybe one of you guys are actually right, and you guys know exactly what this marinara hint means. I'm so confused still to this day. If enough people give their own theories, there's a chance that one of us are right, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, that's about it to this video, so I'm gonna end it off here. So until next time, goodbye!